there. So if you don't know me, my name is Sunny and I am a professional ballroom dancer. So that means I have competed as an amateur, as a pro-am where I'm the pro and my partner is an amateur, as well as the open pro, so professional rising star, as well as professional championship level. I've done that across the US and even the world, and so I've kind of been surrounded by that world my whole life. And so I'm here today to give you a little insider information that might help you if you're interested in ballroom dancing. So today I want to touch on how to find a pro-am dance teacher if you have no partner and you're looking to just try out ballroom dancing. So first of all, there's a social world to ballroom dance and a competitive world, and these are two totally different arenas. Okay, so the vast majority of ballroom dancers in the United States are social dancers, which means they just show up to group classes, maybe private lessons. They go probably to local ballroom dances, because yes, even your town probably has weekly ballroom dance opportunities within driving distance, where you go and you dance ballroom dance style dancing to DJ'd music. Occasionally live music. DJ is more common. And then secondly, there's the competitive world. Sometimes these people do social dance, but most of them just focus on competing or performing and really learning to dance at a higher level. So more similar to these cast you saw on Bravo TV's Dancing Queens. That's competitive dancing. That's pro-am competitive dancing. So if you want to social dance, really the world is your oyster. Almost any teacher, any dance teacher can teach. Just kind of stomping around the room, dance steps that'll get you through social dances and probably even impress your friends at your wedding and your office party. So if you just want to learn to dance, the skill level of your pro and what their specialty is I don't want to say completely irrelevant, but as long as you enjoy the lessons and feel you're getting better, that's the important part. Finding a competitive partner is a whole different animal that can be much more challenging. And right out of the chute, I want to say my preference, I always push people towards doing amateur competition. That's where you would compete with another amateur, just because it's cheaper. And you're not reliant on that professional to go with you places. And I have heard of dance hosts where people pay their pro to show up with them to a dance. These people are hired for cruises to dance with you. But my personal preference is that my students be able to represent themselves, and they don't need me there to babysit them. They can go out and impress everyone, and I don't need to be there to help them do that. So that's my 2 cents. But Pro-Am is a more accessible partnership. Not everyone can find an amateur partner. Honestly, older ladies do tend to have a more difficult time. I would say more heavyset people tend to have a little bit more difficult time finding an amateur partner. I'm not putting these people down, body shaming in any way. It's just a cultural reality that you should go into it being aware of, okay? And if you're experiencing that difficulty, it's not just you, it's many people. In the amateur world, there tends to be more ladies than men, so maybe there's just statistically no partner available to you. Maybe you can't find someone that kind of is most complementary to your budget, your goals, your age, etc. I've also encountered many pro-am dancers that they're married, even their partner might dance, but maybe their partner does not want to dance as much, or they fight. I've even seen professional partnerships break up for this purpose, not because they don't want to be married, they want to stay married. And sometimes that dance partnership between people on equal footing can be a little contentious, and it's not worth sacrificing a marriage over. And finally, it can be a little bit easier, a lot easier to navigate a pro-am partnership because you have an inherent power balance. One partner is more knowledgeable than the other, whereas when you're on equal footing, whether you're a professional partnership or amateur partnership, it's easy and common to argue a lot, and it might not be worth that stress for you, okay? I've also heard of people saying they like to do prom because they have the money, they can just kind of live the dream and not put in the effort. Because I also agree that amateur partnerships do take a lot more work and time commitment than the pro, because you're working up together. You don't have someone kind of tugging you along, though you certainly have a local pro that's helping you. So anyway, socially, really anyone in town. Just look up online. As a matter of fact, go on to Facebook if you have social media. Click on, for example, Ballroom Dancing Seattle. And you're going to end up with a huge group of social dancers and say, hey, I'm looking for a teacher in this area. Who do you recommend? I would even say, who do you recommend or not recommend? And then invite PMs so they can personally tell you, hey, I took with this person, they were a total jerk, or I take with this lady and here's why I like her, to give you a little more specific feedback on the pros and cons of each pro. Okay, so next up, if you are looking for a pro-am teacher, this is a little more challenging, like you saw on Dancing Queen. So there's a limited number of professionals that do pro-am. They have to be a little bit more skilled. Okay, well, a lot more skilled. Usually these people come from the championship level ranks, though not necessarily. I have seen proms that only competed as amateur and they're very successful, but generally these people have competed at quite a high level, so they have more to offer you in those lessons. And they don't want to embarrass themselves on the comp floor either. They want to look competent compared to their professional peers. Again, most teachers aren't that level, okay? Most are fabulous at teaching weddings, social dance, okay? Number one, check if that person even does program before you commit to lessons. Many don't. And I noticed in Dancing Queens, one of the ladies, I can't remember which one, said, oh, I was lucky that he accepted me as a partner. I believe that was Donnie. Okay, this is utterly nonsense. You are the client. You are valuable. And if that person, that pro, is telling you you're lucky to dance with them, that is a massive warning sign for not a good teacher. And I will post a separate video on that because that's a whole nother can of worms. But anyway, I am referring to hopefully better people than that. Anyway, so first ask if they do pro-am. If they don't take it personally. Perhaps they're fully booked. Perhaps they don't feel you're a good match for them, in that if someone came to me and wanted to do like pro-am, West Coast Swing or Argentine Tango or something I don't specialize in, I could certainly teach that social lesson, but I would not do that student justice on the floor. It would not be worth their money that they're paying me. And I would include them, for example, if it was Argentine Tango, there's a good teacher in town, Alex Krebs. I refer people to him. And it doesn't mean I don't like you or don't want to dance with you. I just want to do what is best for the client. And I think any ethical professional would. So don't take that personal if they say no. If they do say yes, ask if they have requirements, okay? Because some pros have huge financial obligations. Okay, well, if you're going to do prom with me, you can only dance with me. You must take 10 lessons a week. You must compete at 10 comps a year. And, you know, the cost for each of those comps can be astronomical. So before you get sucked down that hole, unwittingly ask them, what do you charge? Do you have any requirements? Okay. If you're also kind of looking for suggestions for a program, go onto those Facebook groups and find out what people recommend locally. Another great thing is to go to social dances and see who's dancing there you think is good. Oh, I want to dance like them. Find out who their teachers are. Even better, go to a local competition. You probably have a competition within driving distance of your house. If you don't know how to access those, again, just check your local internet, local social media, and people can refer you, okay? I can say there's kind of two primary types of prom. What you're seeing on Dancing Queens is the higher level. So honestly, these are not chain studio teachers like Arthur Murray, Fred Astaire. I'm sure I'm getting a lot of hatred from those huge chains out of saying that, but honestly, the dancing level you're going to get there is not as valuable for the money you spend as you will taking from an independent pro or someone not in a chain studio system, okay? The chain studios also have a very specific requirement in terms of money spent before you get up to the skill levels, whereas an ethical professional that's independent is just going to teach you to the maximum of your abilities. And if you are really talented, they'll train you more sooner, make you better faster. Okay. So anyway, you can also go to local competitions and look at the competitors. Which dancer do I want to dance like? Who looks like they have a sparkling personality on the floor that I would mesh with? And then approach that pro at the comp and say, hey, can I have your card? They would love that. And then you also don't have to worry about, gosh, do they even compete pro? Obviously they do, because they're at a comp, okay? And again, I can't tell you strongly enough. Look out for warning signs, and I'll get into that later. So finally, this video, again, is aimed towards people. I'm aiming towards people who do not have a partner. If you already have an amateur partner, great. Stick with them, stick to it if that's rewarding for you. If you have no amateur partner, if you have no interest in doing amateur competition, if you just want to do pro-am, those are the ways that you're going to find hopefully a good partner for you. So thanks for joining me today. I apologize, I'm over that 10-minute mark, and I will see you soon. I'm going to post a video next for how to find a good amateur coach, because that's kind of a different animal. Okay, have an awesome day. If you liked today's video, hit thumbs up, hit subscribe. My channel is not monetized at all. I just love seeing that, and always comment if you have questions. I'm always happy to answer your questions. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye.